Now that temperatures are heating up, is it getting too hot to grow in small space gardens? Today, I'll take you along with me as I work in my garden and find out, is the elevated bed getting too hot? How's the GreenStalk doing? Let's take a look and find out. I added wool pellets and oyas to this bed in hopes of keeping the moisture in and not having it dry out as quickly. And I think it's worked. I'm not having to water this garden very often. The crops are going okay. Let's take a look at how things are growing. The basil, very happy. Tomatoes, not very happy. And the beans, they have just fried. The soil temperature is quite a bit higher. So this is, first thing in the morning. It's still 87 degrees. When I was checking it yesterday, it was in the 90s. So it's just a little hot. Peppers, doing pretty good. Although it seems like a lot of them have blossom end rot. I picked a bunch yesterday and they had something similar to this on a lot of them. So that's usually a watering issue. So mixed results here. I'm going to go ahead and take out the beans and swap in some more heat-loving plants. If you peek over here, vincas are still happy. I may take out this tomato. I don't know. I'll decide on the tomatoes, and the zinnias over there are also doing pretty well. Because the basil here is doing well, I thought I'll just add some more. So I've got some red robin basil, holy basil, and just a regular, I think, Genovese here. And then I added some Malabar spinach. So that doesn't mind the heat, and it may trail over the side over there. So we'll see how these do. What about the GreenStalks? They've been a little bit challenging. I got the smaller pocket GreenStalk, which if I had to do it again, I definitely would have gotten the larger ones. These smaller pockets have been more challenging to grow in as it heats up. They're drying out a lot more quickly than other areas in my garden. The onions in here are starting to be ready, and it's just starting to cook. They're just starting to get so hot. So I'm going to go ahead. I let this, I didn't water this yesterday. It dries out really fast. I'm going to get these onions harvested. Here's the onion harvest from the GreenStalk. I got a couple of ones that are decent. Overall, not great. So not sure if I would do that again. Because onions were most of what was growing in here, I don't think I am going to keep this one going. I will continue to water this one, but I don't think it's worth the water. I got one other cantaloupe off of here, and it was even smaller than this, so that's actually a little bigger. I don't think it's worth the water to keep this one going. I harvested all of the onions out of this raised bed, just like I harvest them out of the GreenStalk. So I'm going to put that GreenStalk soil in that raised bed and get a cover crop of sweet potatoes planted. Now that the onions are gone, I can plant the sweet potato slips. Instead of keeping all those slips inside, I was afraid I'd kill them. We were going out of town. I planted them in a big clump right in that raised bed. It kept them alive, but now I'm ready to plant. So I'll separate each one of them and plant them out. I'm hoping to get a harvest from these sweet potatoes, but I'm getting things planted a little bit late. So whether it's a cover crop or sweet potatoes, we'll have to find out. Planted out this bed with the sweet potatoes, mulched everything, and now we'll see how it grows. This bed is mostly sweet potatoes, but there's still a few other crops. I've got some tomatoes going, some marigolds, and some Maximilian sunflowers that I planted a year or two ago that never sprouted, but this year they're really taking off. I'm excited to see how these grow. Now let's check in on my mom's elevated bed. We planted it full of herbs. She lost a couple, but overall things are growing really well. She especially loves having all the fresh basil to use in the kitchen. Thanks for joining me on this working tour and update of these small space gardens. Thank you so much for watching.
If you think it's amazing, I'm so pleased.